officially invited to join the inner circle of top leaders from all over the country. Listen and learn as these obsessed entrepreneurs reveal the secrets that led to their success. Welcome to the community. Today's episode starts now.
All right, everybody, welcome to the Community Podcast. I'm pretty pumped today because I have a very special guest, and that guest is part of kind of our family, and we're friends, friends, family member.
I know this guy. I know this guy.
This is not the first time we've chatted, but it is the first time I think we've sat down together and had a conversation because you've been very successful. You're 19 years old, just graduated. So I have Samuel Rapier here, and he is known as KingSammelot.
Yes, sir.
KingSammelot, and he is just, I don't even know. Well, you're a streamer, but you're so much more than that.
There's a lot that goes.
There's a lot. It's like I don't even know how to what do I call you like that? He's a streamer, he's a YouTuber, but really, I mean, you're an influencer, right? And that's
pretty much. I mean, it's like there's so many different terms now. I feel like there's certain words that are like people like look down on. Like I feel like nowadays people hear influencer and like half the people be like influencer, and they'll walk away. But it's like
it's a job,
right? Yeah, it's like with those like content creator.
Yeah.
I don't even know. I mean, it doesn't really matter. It's just kind of like someone who I guess it is an influencer in a way, but like influences people.
Yeah, in like a good way though. You know what I mean?
You got to influence. There's different influencers.
There's like Mr. Beast, and then KingSammelot. Like that's basically how the hierarchy is, right?
Yeah, pretty much. And then you got all the people in between that are crazy. You got iShowSpeed, you got KingSammelot. You know those people?
Yeah, of course. Yeah, of course.
Because kind of like just called you old first thing.
No, I have no idea. I don't know any of those. The only reason I maybe know those is because I've heard my son Maverick say.
Okay, Maverick.
I just nod my head and I'm like, yeah, Maverick, of course.
Yeah, of course I know those.
I mean, yeah, I knew that is. Yeah, of course. I watch all of this stuff on Twitch.
And he's just like, you say everything with a question.
And right? Yeah. So we always want to like kind of give a little background on, because I mean you're 18, so not much background, but there is a lot of background.
Yeah.
Most people I talk to, they have a career and they've been working for a long time in that career. But I think yours is such a powerful story because, I mean, when did you start kind of, let's get to the point where you're like, hey, you know what? I'm going to start putting stuff on YouTube or Twitch. Like what made you want to do that?
Well, my first actually YouTube video was, I wasn't actually like a YouTuber, but first video was 9 years ago when I was 9 years old. Lego videos. That's all I did. Lego stop motions.
Really?
What else?
So like you would take them and you would.
Yeah. So you get a Lego car. One frame, pause. I do that every day for like 4 years. That's all I did.
Stop. Yeah. No. See, I didn't even know that. So that is like a tedious thing.
Yeah, that is. Oh my god. I mean, I was really young, so I mean, I probably didn't like care that much. I was like, but some people get crazy into it. You've seen there's some people that have like 100 million views. Like these stop motion videos.
Dude, my kids, they're 5 and 7. They love that stuff. Yeah, I'm like, I just think they're going, they don't know how someone did that. Right, and I'm sitting there going, "Holy crap! That must have taken forever."
Yeah. I mean, my videos were trash, but those videos are not great.
But you were doing it, which is pretty. Yeah. What made you want to do like Lego, like the stop motion stuff?
I think I think I was watching YouTube. I mean, YouTube has been around for like 20 years. I'm not trying to say older than YouTube, but I think when I did those videos when I was like 10, 11, I think I was like just watching YouTube videos. And also my parents just bought me tons of Legos. Every time I had a birthday party, we were all Legos. Legos and Hot Wheels. Hot Wheels is a big one.
Okay. Any Hot Wheels?
Sorry?
Any videos of Hot Wheels?
I can't. It exists. It's probably somewhere. I don't know where it is.
Audience, if you're listening, find it.
Yes, find it. It's got to be somewhere there. But no, I started with Lego. But when I actually started because that was kind of like, I'm just a kid, really young, like 9 years old, just making Lego. But when I actually started to try and build an audience, like where I actually, started to be like, okay, let's see how I can build with some people. I started playing Minecraft. You know what Minecraft is. I'm pretty sure you know.
I mean, Grayson and Charlotte, that's all I played.
That's all they play.
They have no other names.
How would you describe, what do you know about Minecraft though? I'm curious, but would you say?
Minecraft. I think Minecraft is the virtual Lego set.
The virtual, okay, I like that.
It was like that. But it teaches them, because it's like, I'm watching it, they're watching it today, and it was like, he's building this thing that's 24 blocks by 24 by 20.
Oh, that's true, actually. Yeah, it's like you're learning dimension.
We're learning how to build things and also learning spatial recognition. And they know that, hey, if it's like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and they're like, that doesn't work.
Yeah. It's not going to be the 5 times area 30.
Yeah. And so they're going to like, they figure out stuff that like, I don't think we thought about it as like, I mean, in Legos, you're just like clip, 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 and your counter. And I think Legos are great because you build your like instructions. They are following things. You're seeing how to do that. But Minecraft there's no instructions.
Yeah, you just kind of build.
It's like, go. Yeah, exactly. It was kind of like your creativity comes out. And I love Minecraft more than Legos, actually. Because I've never stepped.
You don't step out
Minecraft yet. And
not yet. There's all it comes into reality.
Before there
are Minecraft Legos, so you probably have.
Actually, I have. I take that back now. Gosh dang.
Yeah, no, it's too late. But no, that's probably like the best explanation for like Minecraft, pretty much. But yeah, when I was younger, like same thing, just building blocks. Actually, that was my schooling. You know, there was a Minecraft school.
No,
I forgot. Okay, this is some news that no one knows. Okay, I don't know what grades it was, but in elementary, I was homeschooled for most of my life. Or not most of my life. I'll talk about it later. But in some elementary school, there was a Minecraft school. There was like the Grand Canyon. It was built in Minecraft, and you would take a school tour through Minecraft's Grand Canyon for an online homeschool class. I shit you not. I took a Minecraft class.
Do not tell my kids that. I'm not telling them their school.
Like I literally have now remembered this in like 4 years. It put something in my brain. I forgot who it is.
So we got here.
So yeah, I literally learned for like, that must have been, I might have been short, maybe like a few months or something, but I know that I actually did Minecraft school. Some people would be like, well, that's where you're dumb. But I remember that being part of my schooling for like a few years or something, or no, not a few years, a few months. But besides that, yeah, started with YouTube, started uploading Minecraft, right? And this is like, how old am I? This could be maybe 12. I forget the ages, but like from like 12 to like 15, I'm like really trying hard on Minecraft, right?
Doing your own editing?
Yeah, always all my own editing.
What were you using to do your editing?
Premiere Pro.
Really?
Yeah, Premiere Pro. I'll get back to the schooling so it makes sense. So I was homeschooled from elementary school. I'll tell you this. I was kind of a crazy kid. So I actually didn't go to school full time. I would go to school every day for half the day. And then because the teachers would go crazy and not like me, I'd then go to homeschool for the other half.
Why didn't they like you?
Because I was crazy. I specifically remember the teacher.
Give me an example now. Not please say crazy. Like give me what kind of student were you? Like will you interrupt? Like, so you back?
We had a chart in school. It was like to see how good of a kid you are. They had each kid's name. Green means you're good, or green is best. We have orange, yellow, red.
What a poor thing, kids. Like I'm the worst.
Yeah, right. I was. Yeah, actually thinking about that's kind of messed up because you see all the good kids in green, and you know where I'm at every day. Red, 100%. Red every day because I think
I was red too.
Hey, let's go. Red at the bottom. But yeah, the teacher would always get us down there, and I think it was just because either I would interrupt her or I was just jumping around literally, like, or just like talking to my friends all the next to each other. I had so much energy.
Yeah. And
so like the teachers, and there's some other crazy stories. I got 2 teachers fired because 2 teachers hit me.
What?
2 teachers hit me in the school. Like that. I remember when I was in, I think like 1st grade or something, I got a teacher said I was daydreaming. This is for a reason. I was daydreaming in class, so she slapped me. This is first grade. I'm a first grader. She slapped you. And the next day, she's fine. She's fine.
Well, she should have been.
Yeah, I know, right?
Because how many people did she slap before that?
Just me.
Are you sure?
Oh, actually, wait. You're right, actually.
She might have been.
I might have been like the 5th kid.
They might, or someone just never said anything.
Yeah, do you know that thing about my parents? They're like, if something happens, they're going.
Yeah.
They're going. If something happens to me or like whatever happens, they're taking action.
I love your parents. Like your parents.
Yeah.
I nurse them so much.
Yeah.
I'd be as good a parent as they.
Yeah, no, they definitely, like, I know that. I mean, I don't remember that, but I know there was also another situation after that. I don't know if I got hit or, I don't know. I got 2 teachers got fired so loud. I don't remember the other stories.
So crazy.
But definitely an interesting elementary school experience.
Also, me and you would have been friends.
We probably would have.
So I would kind of similar experience. We're in a fire though.
Yeah.
No, a lot of energy. I mean, wasn't the best student by any means. Mostly, I think, just because it didn't excite me. Like I wasn't excited about like going. Teachers didn't make school didn't make me excited. Right?
Yeah.
I needed something like go. I'll be the best, but I'm kind of bored. Like don't bore me. Let's make this exciting. And so I remember, but a lot of energy. And I remember we were taking the tests, and teacher, I had to start 4th grade, 5th grade, and he was like, okay, well, you guys eat down in chest. You guys can leave, okay? And so I got up, left, came back. Just a lot of energy, talking. Probably not the first time I've done it.
Yeah.
Probably slammed me up against.
And you're like 4th. Wait, what happened?
Slammed me up against the chalkboard. And no names. That is. You know who you are.
No, yeah, you remember that too.
You know who you are.
Oh my God.
He's out.
He's like, boy in the world.
Just slamming against the chalkboard and said, basically, there's verbally threatening me, you shut your mouth, you need to, and I was like, I've been freaking out, for sure.
Yeah.
A lot of days. But I mean, I think that, kids like us, it's hard to handle kids like us. I mean,
it's hard. Be go crazy everywhere.
I mean, I get it. I probably got slammed against the chalkboard before, but I think that was the point that I was just, it's schools for a certain amount of people, certain people that want to check boxes, people that are there's just certain, and it wasn't for me.
Yeah.
It just wasn't. It wasn't. I didn't enjoy it, but I tell you what, now I'm becoming a business owner, I love it. Give me some, I hated math.
Mm-hmm.
I hated math.
I just love math.
I flunked math. I went with my freshman year of high school.
Oh.
Yes, 100%. Yeah, not good. I mean, I broke my nose and couldn't go to class. I had to have reconstructive surgery and things like that. But,
okay.
So, I couldn't see light, things like that. But also, hated math. Would show up, did all these things. I'm actually really good at math. Anyone, ask my wife. She's like, yeah,
she's like, yeah, you have to be much about math, right?
I love it.
And
I'm a numbers guy. I love it.
Complete opposite. 4th grade opposite. 4th grade, you'd be like, what is happening, right?
I'd be like, this sucks. I'm this is stupid. I'm never going to learn what X, I'm never going to need to know what X is.
Yeah.
Right? Or whatever it is. And so I think that, you got to find what drives you. Mm-hmm. It's the number one thing in life. Is find what drives you. And if you can find what drives you, you don't even need the pedal. You'll be on cruise control.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
You know what I mean? And so I think that, you're riding me on myself a lot. I had so much energy. I was the one bouncing off the walls. Whether we had a class clown.
I think so. I would, class clown. I would then be sent to the principal with a good seat.
Oh, yeah.
And after, oh my gosh, yeah, every day. I remember being principal so often. I remember always being in the office. It was...
But I bet you people in the principal's office, they loved you.
Maybe, actually.
I mean, so I know the ones that I was there. Hey, Travis, how's it going?
Actually, that's true, because you walk in, they're like, oh, he's back again.
Yeah, you're back. But you're not a bad kid.
Yeah,
it's just you have a lot of energy.
That's true, yeah.
Because it does. I mean, you harassing people, you're doing things that are Travis was spray painting the boys' bathroom and things like that. You're just you, and so it's one of those things. I'm sure it's hard not to like Sammy. but also it's probably hard to bring them in too, which is like it's catch-22, right? Like I wouldn't want to bring them in because that's why you are where you are, right?
Yeah.
It's like you turn that off and like you're probably not a YouTuber, influencer, or whatever it is, right? Anymore. All right, so let's go back, Jerry. So let's back. We're gonna get.
It was you're like starting the Minecraft.
Yeah.
So in the Minecraft, right after slap my t-shirt, Minecraft video, slap. This is way more. But so I'm like homeschooled, and also I grew up in California. I moved to Texas here 3 years ago. So we know that. And so
Now they do.
and so 15 years I was in California, and so when I went to private school in California for all of middle school, and so I went from being in homeschooled all of elementary pretty much, or like half and half, to that fully private school, kind of public in a middle school. And then during middle school is when I started to do this YouTube thing, right? Because this is when like a lot of my friends, they were watching YouTube. This is like when we're actually like, Fortnite, we got Minecraft, we got like all this stuff, right? So this is when I started playing. Yeah, I'm trying to get the story right, So I forget, Minecraft and Fortnite. These are the two things that I started doing.
Before
Did I ever make you play?
Yeah, I played a bunch. I was horrible. No, everyone was like just as bad as Halo.
I played a few. It's kind of embarrassing, but only like probably like 5 games at my friend's house like years ago.
Yeah. Not very good. I'm not the shooter games out of it. I'm not very good at it. I mean, at one point, like, when I was in college, like when we had all these guys playing Halo and whatnot, I would be the guy that was like on the ATV, and I was like, I'm just going to be a distraction because I was not really good at shooting college. And it's like, do that. They'll like shoot me, and then then they'll get that.
But you don't shoot, you just drive.
Man, I drive. Like I'm gonna die 100%. I want to die here, but I'll be a distraction. You take them out. So
I'm not, and not to brag, but I was kind of the opposite when I was playing with my friends. I would be the guy. I mean, for a 12-year-old or whatever, or a 13-year-old, I was good. Nowadays, it's not good. But I would be like waiting for a group, but I'll be doing these snipes, these shots. I'd be like, this guy's crazy. He's going places. Then I'd upload my montages, right? I try to because people with these big YouTubers would get like millions of views on the 400 videos. So I'd upload mine, get like 50 views, like want to get like any views, but I feel like I didn't care at all about views, right? I was just kind of like just uploading it. I'm like, okay, let's keep all these Fortnite montages. My friends would watch it. We go. I remember like I'd go to school, like someone would be like, Sammy, that snipe was so dope last night.
stop.
Like it was so
watching it on like YouTube.
a couple people. It was like now I'm talking like 2 friends. Yeah. So not like the school talk.
How many followers did you have? Like, how long did it take you to get to 100 subscribers? I think
So during this time, I remember being stuck at like 50 for like years. Like I was at the Fortnite era, right? This was like 50 subscribers for a very long time, right? And so Fortnite, 50 subs. And then when I transitioned to Minecraft, that's when I actually started getting some traction. So what happened is I was uploading Fortnite, not getting any views at all, right? And so then I got bored of Fortnite and started playing Minecraft. Or I think I was playing both at the same time, but I started uploading Minecraft videos.
Right.
And so then this is when I entered this community that was actually like some creators. So there was a video game in Minecraft called Hypixel Skyblock. I know there's like, you probably don't even know what I just
no idea. Yeah.
said, right?
Just keep going.
So it's, I don't know, there's not too much to explain. It's like a game where you just try and make money pretty much. It's like you trade with real players. You're like, okay, let's trade for this so I get this. And then it's a lot of grinding. So this is how the game people spend 10 hours a day play, right? Okay. Like people are trying to be the top of the leaderboard, making as much money by trading. Because the whole trading game, right? And so I started playing this game, and I started making YouTube videos on it. And this is when I started to be like, okay, there's YouTubers in this space. How can I get subscribers, right? So I started uploading during this, right? All I care was like, okay, I need to get views now. Like now I really cared about views. So I started uploading it. And what happened is I actually started to get a few views. Like I'm talking like, oh my gosh, 300 views. That's huge. Yeah, that's huge, right? I was like, oh my gosh, so I got like 10 subs from one video. I'm like, oh my gosh, I got like 70 subs now. What is happening? And then eventually I hit like 100 subs after like a few more of these videos, right? And then eventually I posted one of these videos, and the whole time, right, so this is like a trading game about getting money. Yeah. I'm posting like how to get this much money, how to make $5 million an hour, how to get like all these stuff, right? And so then eventually I post one of these, and all I do is get like 100 or 10 views. But I post one, and it gets in the first day 8,000 views, and I'm like, what? I'm freaking out. I hit fame. I'm famous.
Listen, I can't walk down the street.
Yeah, exactly. I was like, someone's going to recognize me.
We're going to need security.
Oh, actually, it's funny. I didn't use Facecam. Well, I'm like, someone's going to hear my voice. Speed up.
Oh, so you were just doing voice?
Yeah, it was just voice. I didn't feel comfortable, actually, on Facecam this time. Because what was actually a interesting transition was I was the class clown and everything.
Yeah.
But during this time with Minecraft, I actually became a bit insecure a bit, actually, which is kind of interesting. Like, you'd think I won it, right? But I actually had a lot of insecurity during this time.
Mm-hmm.
So
what was that based around?
I think, so this was in COVID. COVID was 4 years ago, 14. I think it could have actually been around COVID. I think maybe it was around COVID, actually.
Okay, so during COVID, so 4 years ago, you've been in this 9 years, like how long, so you said when you got to 100 subscribers, like how many years were you doing YouTube?
Oh yeah, so to get to the 100 subscribers, I think it took like 6 years.
Okay, so just to do quick fast forward of numbers the way it is, where are you now as far as subscribers?
Right now, I have 368,000 subscribers.
I'm like, I know it's not going to stop at 368. Slow way back. So, your first 4 years, 6 years?
Yeah, 6 years building up, trying to figure it out, right? Starting out fun, then starting out kind of trying, and then like 100 subscribers, 6 years, right? And then to go from, but this is the thing, right? It happened as it went. It just got, the speed was insane. So that it was like, to get to 100, like there's certain jumps. So the next point I was going to make, right?
Yeah.
Is I'm uploading these money videos, right? I'm at 100 subscribers about, and I upload this one, right? Gets 8,000 views. And then the next day it's at 16,000. And now I'm at 1,000 subscribers. I got 1,000 subscribers in a week from this one video. And I had been working like 6 years to get 100. And then in 3 days, I have 1,000. I'm like, this is what, like,
talk about like mind blowing. I can't.
Like when I was younger, like, I mean, now I look at that, I'm like, bro, that's like, what is it? Well, come on, man. but looking back, like really thinking about myself, then I was really like, wow, this is like, I'm freaking out about, like, I'm telling my brother and my mom, like, oh my gosh, I got views. Like, I freak it, like, it's like head. Like, I bet. Yeah, it was probably like stuff like that is like just such insane moments. Like, it was like, there's nothing like that, right? And so that happens, right? And this is when I start to somewhat.
So you're already in Texas?
No, actually, I'm still in California.
So you're in California.
So this is, I need to make sure I get the ages right. So I moved to Texas when I was 15.
We're gonna fact check everything. So
yeah, you gotta fact check. Didn't do this. So during this time, I'm pretty sure. I don't want to get it wrong. I think 13.
Okay.
13. So maybe it wasn't quite COVID. So the insecurity maybe I don't know if it was boring, but I know that I just didn't want to show my face cam. So I know the insecurity grew, but we'll get to that. But I think I was 13 about, and so this video.
Did your voice change yet?
Oh yeah. Oh, and looking back at those videos, oh my gosh.
Should I give? We're like getting to get high now, right?
Guys, if you want to make $1 million an hour in my so bad. So basically, yeah, during that time, I think like 13, 14, this is when I got my first real fans. Because when I had 100 subscribers, it was just my IRL friends, right? And then a few people who like subscribed, like 90 people who subscribed, but they weren't actually really real fans. But now they had 1,000 subs. I was able to get everyone on a Discord server. Do you know Discord?
No. I think I have heard of it, and I kind of explain it.
So Discord's like, shoot, what can I compare it to? I mean, you get like different, I guess, like, can you say Facebook? I mean, you get different groups of people.
Is it, don't they have Discords in Reddit?
Yeah, so there's Reddit, you know Reddit. Yeah, so there's different, like, on Discord, there's communities, right? So you'll make the Mr. Beast community. So Mr. Beast will put all his fans in his community. I'll make the KingSammelot community. I'll put all my fans in this community. And so you'll try and get more members up in your community, right? Like 1,000 members, 2,000 members. And then you have like channels in your Discords where people can talk, people can VC, they can voice chat with each other. So it's kind of like
free to get in one of those.
Sorry?
It's free to get into it.
Yeah, it's all free. Yeah,
It's all this. You're just trying to like gather.
Yeah. So this is where you gather like your real fans that you can talk to like online pretty much.
Gotcha.
And so that's pretty much how it is. And so this is when I got 1,000 subscribers from that video, this is when I actually started to get fans. I was like, oh my gosh. So like, I think that video I spammed everywhere on that video. I said, join my Discord, join. So I got like, I think 50 people join, which is huge. I'm like, oh my gosh, 50 people that like, not just in the YouTube comments, but now the one that message me like online, could talk with each other. I'm like, I have 50 people in my community. That's crazy. So then we started to get like, I saw you like admins, like staff team. But like, it's not like, I'm just like, hey, it's like a friend. I'm like, hey, do you want to be my admin for my server? But it's not like nothing serious. It's not like a job. It's just like someone who wants to help. So then I have like 50 people out, like, I'm making big leagues, but like, not really. It's like, but like
money on your Discord or like your community? Do you make money off?
Oh, no. It's just community.
It's more or less, that's what you're trying to do to build more.
And this is where you get real fans for community events. So like, for example, nowadays with my Discord community, I'll send a message to everyone and say, hey, everybody, I want everybody to get to work on, I'm doing a competition. Who can make the best video out of this green screen photo they're going to send you? So I did a competition recently. So it'll be like that. That's where you get your real fans to try and make something. So you'll get like, okay, guys, I want everyone, like competition. That's what I use it for. So you can get like real fans to do stuff with that, right? Yeah. So that's what you can use it for. But basically, I started getting these people on my Discord server. And when I had like 1,000 subscribers, and then this is when I started live streaming. This is like around the first time I started live streaming, and I was getting like 20 viewers. I was like, and that was like really big for me. Actually, that still is. That's a good. Now we're talking like an hour, like 3 viewers for. Yeah. And I think I did trade streaming before, but it was still to like 3 people. But then when this video did big good, I had like 20 viewers. And so then I kept posting after I hit 1,000 from this big video. But the thing is, after all the videos after were not doing good, so that video got like 20,000 views. The rest of the videos were like 100 views, 300, 200. But they were still better because the other ones were like 10 views, 20. But now these were like 200, 300, 400, 200 views. And I was happy, but I was still kind of like, man, nothing's going to beat that peak, right? Like you're striving for that peak you got. So the fans, my channel kind of was dead for just like literally 2 years after that. So it's like I had my fam with that video, they got 20,000 views, 1,000 subscribers, and I stayed at 1,000 for 2 years.
Why was that? Were you still putting content out?
Yeah, I was still grinding. But the thing was that I didn't really know what I was doing, but also I was doing it wrong, I'd say, because what happened is I was striving for people. I was trying to make content with that first video that people would watch, they would get like information from. It wasn't like about me, right? It wasn't personality. It was like, watch this to make as much money as possible. That was like the Minecraft thing. So when I got 20,000 views and people subbed, they didn't sub for me. They subbed to try and get more money in the game, right? They weren't trying to get my personality. So after I posted that video, I kept posting. Actually, I was like, oh, I want people to watch me for me. So I started making like, I did this in Minecraft. I did this in Minecraft. I did this. But no one watched it because my 1,000 subscribers came for money, how to make money in the game, not for how I did something. They don't want to watch it. And so that kind of hurt. I was like, shoot, all these people subscribe and I'm not getting any views, right? And so then I kept just doing personality stuff. I'm like, shoot, people just don't want to watch me, right? And it kind of hurt. But I just kept going. So for 2 years, I'm streaming like every day. I'm posting like every week. And I'm just doing all these personality stuff, right? And I didn't really exactly know how to blow up. I was like, how do I do this? I did whenever a new game would come out, I would do other stuff than just Minecraft. I would do like some horror game or like some stuff. And I'm like, why am I not getting views, right? I'm like, whenever.
Never.
Yeah, I actually never posted that.
Really? Did you? I'm proud of it. I still remember watching Holiday Roll all the time.
We were creepy. Yeah, no, one of my people I live up to, have you heard of Corey Extension before? No.
Bro. Name anybody.
Okay. If anybody knows YouTube, Corey Extension, he has like 15. Does he have 20 million? I don't know. He has like 20 million subscribers or something. But I still look up to this guy. This guy's my pinnacle of YouTubers. Like personality.
Everyone with Mr. Beast.
Oh no! Do you know when he sells Mr. Beast hats?
How many?
Guess.
Gosh. Okay. You're gonna put I'm gonna put 120 million.
He has 280 million subscribers. 280 million. That's like US. Or actually, no, I think it's or something like that. It's just a 280 million. Like, that's insane. It is crazy. I like, he recently just passed this channel called T-Series that was like this Indian channel that had like 250 million subscribers, but it was like no one really watched it. It was just an Indian channel that posted music videos. It wasn't really a real person, but Mr. Beast passed it, so he's now the world's biggest YouTuber, and like 280 mil, crazy.
And I want Mr. Beast on here. Let's go, Mr.
Yeah, that's the next podcast.
Mr. Beast and calls. Yeah, so I want you here. I want to interview you. I want to hear everything about how you.
Yeah, get him on here. Get him on here.
You're just KingSammelot still. I had it in my book.
Yeah, but during this time, this 2 years, it sucked kind of. I mean, looking back on it, it sucked. But I think really, in reality, I think I was having fun. Because this thing, you don't want to stress yourself out and be like always trying to get views. And there was that part of me joining to get views, but I do think I was enjoying everything too. I'd say that I'm playing for viewers, even though my audience isn't really growing. I'm the same 20 people keep coming to my stream. They're like, I get 20 people that are coming to my stream up, and that's awesome. So for 2 years, it's the same 20 people, like building like a really strong relationship with these people. Fun fact, one of these people that I've known for 4 years online, I just met him in real life like a week ago. Who's this? So his name online is your boy. He's not a YouTuber or anything, but he's just someone I've talked to online for like 4 years. And so he lives in Dallas, and I actually I did drive over for the reason to meet him, but I had to do some stuff with the passport, get my passport. So I was like, he lives like 20 minutes from there. Let's meet up. So we met up in person. We did a stream together, but it was dope. So like stuff like that, you talk to people online, you meet them, crazy stuff. And so basically this time nothing's happening. And then I find this game. Well, I've known this game forever, but I decided to upload it, and it's called Geometry Dash.
Yes. You watched you play Geometry Dash? I did a bunch of times.
Yeah. If you don't know what Geometry Dash is, it's not as big as like Minecraft or anything, but it's like this rhythm-based platformer game. You tap and jump over spikes and stuff. But it's funny, it's not as popular as Minecraft, but a lot of people know what it is. Like, I'll ask a lot of adults, like I'll be like, oh, they won't know, but they're like, oh, what is that game? So a lot of people actually think
it's like one of those. It's like a cult kind of classic game.
Yeah, it's like a cult, like
everyone knows about it.
Exactly. It's not big, but everyone like kind of knows what it is, and especially if you're a YouTuber or play games and all. And so I have uploaded a video on this game, and this is the thing, right? Everything I've been doing up to this point, I've been copying what other people do. I've been doing, like, the reason I wasn't getting views, at least I think so, is because I was not knowing exactly the right way to go about things, or I was doing the same idea and not a unique idea. So like if a new game came out, it's like, I played this horror game, but who's gonna watch that? You're just playing horror game, you gotta do something cool, right? And so then even with Minecraft, it's like I was uploading playing this thing in Minecraft, someone's already done that. So I kept just doing things I've seen people do, and that's why I think I was getting views, because I just wasn't realizing I'm not being unique. So Geometry Dash, I'm like, okay, I'm gonna come up with an idea that's cool, right? And so I came up with an idea, and it was called what if I played Geometry Dash on piano? And so my first video was this skit where I put on the level on the YouTube video, and then each geometry level goes to a song, right? It's like do 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 do. Let's say it's that, right? So then I uploaded a video of me playing do 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 do. And I'm not actually playing the game, but I'm just like a skit, right? I'm just doing like a skit because people love the music in the game. So people like really resonate with that. So I was like, yep, people will let me play the piano. So then I upload that. It's a 30-second long video. It's nothing like long. It's just a 30-second skit, me playing it. Upload that. I specifically remember going out to get pizza with Paul. I don't know if this is so specific. I remember.
Yeah, no, it's those moments. We just watched that movie, one of the Inside Out.
Oh, you saw the new one?
It's a core. What is it? Core memory.
Oh, because I didn't see it. Oh, core memory. Okay.
So, like you're seeing the pizza. It's like, why would I remember?
Yeah, why would I remember pizza?
Because it's a core memory.
Yeah.
Like those huge core memories. Like, I don't know by either grass. Go ahead.
Yeah. Go to get pizza, and I'll look at my channel, right? I just uploaded this 30-second video, and I expect to get views. My videos before then, in a day, would get 300 views. But I check, it's been 2 hours, and it says 400 views. I'm like, what's happening? What's happening right now? I broke 300. I know. I'm like, wait, I broke my 400 views in 2 hours when it usually takes 24. What's going on? So then we drive home and I'm like, oh my God, it's 1,000 views. I'm like, what is happening right now? And so I'm like starting to freak out a bit. I'm like, what is happening? I keep checking. I'm like, it's at 2,000, 4,000, 6,000. I'm like, what? And then after a day, it was at 30,000 views. And then not only that, one of my favorite YouTubers at like 1 million subs commented on the video too. He was, or not one of my favorite, well, he was one of my favorites. He's a big Geometry Dash creator. So he saw the video and he commented. I'm like, oh my gosh, what's happening? And so I'm freaking out, right? And so I'm like, oh my God, I just came up with that idea. Yeah, it works. And so then I learned from my past mistakes, right? Uploaded that money video and then didn't really keep doing stuff on that. But also with that money video, there wasn't really anything to come off of because people didn't watch that for me. So even though that video blew up, I didn't really have a chance at an audience because they didn't want me, right?
Right.
But with this Geometry Dash piano thing, my face was in it. This is when I started using my face, right?
Okay.
So I had me play the piano. I was like, okay, people actually kind of like me. So then I'm like, okay, this is when I went crazy. Like, this is what you're talking about drive, right? I legit, for that next 3 months or so, I think that's what really put me to where I can be now.
Yeah.
That 3 months after that video blew up, I posted they were easier to make because they were only, these videos were like 30 seconds long, but I posted like a video every single day. Like, I was like, oh my gosh, I'm new video, new idea. I'd stay up every night, like a new idea.
Was it on editing in that?
Yeah, editing because, well, the piano was no, but I started to do other ideas where it was like every time you click, my camera changes. So like there's some levels where people do this, right? And so I made it so my shirt would change every click. So like I'm editing.
Oh my God.
And so I did a bunch of stuff like that, right?
That's brilliant.
And so that plus the piano, I just kept going. And so each one, like, it just didn't stop. So each video I post, 30,000 views, 50,000 views, 100,000 views. Literally just, I kept posting this piano thing and I'm like, oh my gosh. And so I started going from 1,000 subscribers to then like 5,000 subscribers to 10,000. Now I'm at it. So remember, I was stuck at 1,000 for 2 years and then 1,000 to 10,000 in a month. I'm like, what is happening, right? Like, it's like,
that's great.
It's insane. And it's all a learning process because I don't think I would have been able to do this if I had uploaded all those videos before, right? I kind of have this knowledge now of what I need to do. And I'm surrounded by more, like, not big YouTubers, but YouTubers that like, they're like, okay, you have to have this for a thumb, because this is when I started to learn about thumbnails and titles, like what to put, my face cam where, put it where, right, to make it work. And so this is when I started learning about.
So what's the secret?
Dude, I wish there was a secret.
Well, what's the secret to like thumbnails?
The secret of thumbnails.
Like, if you had like advice to anyone's out there just doing YouTube or anything like that, what's your advice to them to say?
I mean, I'd say the biggest thing is looking up what you're going to upload and looking at all the popular videos within like the last few weeks of that game. So what I would do is I remember looking up like Geometry Dash, and then I'll look up all the people who have uploaded Geometry Dash. I'll look, okay, this blew up. Okay, he did like a little bit of that. He added that color. And this is when I started to call with some YouTubers out like, okay, guys, how should this actually came later down the line, but when you call people that collabing, not just collabing, but getting other people to give you like, okay, that works, that doesn't work, it helps so much. So the thumbnails, I'm trying to wear secret. It varies with every different type of content, but it's just like, I'm like, the color, you got to explode those colors, make it pop like crazy, right? And then like there's certain ways to do it. Like there's some thumbnails that have my face is like in the corner, like some Mr. Beast type thing. But there's so many ways like that you can do it. Like when I made that piano video, when it blew up, I put the level and then like a piano. It was kind of simple, but it was kind of clean. It's kind of hard to determine, like, to say what it meant by clean, but kind of like, in Photoshop, put like a white stroke on it, put a barrier glow, like just some stuff that just worked. You have to really just like look up your niche and like look at the top thumbnails and recreate that, right? So that's what I did. And so every video just kept blowing up, right? 100,000 views. I'm like, oh my gosh, what has happened? But the issue I saw at the face was that these videos were 30 seconds long, right? One issue with that, you're not going to make any money in the future. I wasn't making money yet because you have to reach a certain amount of watch hours. And I wasn't getting watch hours from 30-second videos, right?
Got it.
And not just that, once I do get monetized and make money, you don't make barely any money.
What is that? What's the monetize? How many subscribers do you have to have? 100?
So you need 1,000 subscribers, but you need 1,000 subscribers and 4,000 watch hours. So I surpassed 1,000 subscribers but I was not getting any, like I was getting hundreds of thousands of views.
Because they would have to watch it so many times.
Yeah, right? But think about it, if you upload a 10-minute long video, that's like 20 times the light. So you're getting those watch hours easily. So even though I was getting hundreds of thousands of views, I wasn't getting any watch hours, right? But when I eventually did it, even when I did, you're still not gonna make that much money. Because think about how on a 30-second video, YouTube can only put one ad, but if you make a 10-minute video, there's mid-roll ads in the middle of the video. So the amount of money you make versus a 30-second to like a long form is just like, you want to make long form. People don't make that much money off 30-second videos.
Yeah.
So that was partially on my mind. But what was mainly on my mind is that I thought, okay, if I want to build like a really connected audience, I should make long form videos. Because think about it, if you're making like 30-second videos, that's cool. But if you can get an audience that will watch your 10-minute long videos, that's a bigger commitment.
Right, sure.
So if you have that bigger commitment, that means that people are going to be watching longer, and you're going to build people that actually like your content.
But if someone watched 10 minutes, man, they're committed.
Yeah, exactly. And so that's when I started, like during the 30-second videos, I started uploading like 10-minute long videos, right? But this is the thing.
This is before probably YouTube Short was even around, right?
Yeah, but YouTube Shorts was not a thing. So those 30-second videos, they could have been shorts, but they weren't. And so when YouTube Shorts would give less away, it's so bad. It's like, so on YouTube, if you make a long form video, you make like $4 per 1,000 views, which is good. Like it's all right, $6 per 1,000 views. But YouTube Shorts, 0.01, or 30-second videos, 0.5. It's like, it's so much less. It's like, it's bad. And so basically I started trying to do 10-minute long videos, and I'm like, okay, people like my piano videos. How about I start doing 10-minute long Geometry Dash, other ideas, right? But then those got like not as many views. It was still higher because remember then the video that blew up with 20K, then my videos started getting like 200, 300. Now it was like my short videos got 100K. These long form Geometry Dash would get like 1,000. But I was still sad. It's weird because the views are so much higher than 2 years ago, but I'm sad because my other videos are blowing up so much, but my 10-minute ones are not really good. So
is it harder to grab people's attention to that one?
Yeah, that but also I had realized my audience, I wasn't captivating, like even though my audience, my subscribers are going up, I still didn't have like that really core audience. But then eventually I finally got it, and I always tell people this, like it's the best advice I can give. It's just make it unique, stuff that no one's done before. That's literally, I can't think of anything else than that. Like if you just do an idea that no one's done, like because that's literally what happened to me. It's like, just keep doing that, it'll work. That's the only way I can think about it. So what I did, remember all those skits, piano, Geometry Dash, I took all that, I thought I was making those skits that were getting 100,000 views. I'm like, okay, I'm gonna make a video where I actually coded to make my piano play the game. That's when I was like, okay, I'm gonna do this. It's gonna take me 2 hours. So then I spent like weeks figuring out how to make my piano connect to my computer and like make it so the game works with my piano, so I can play a song. And the thing is, it should have been really simple actually. People might be like, that's simple. But I could not figure this out because I was looking up how to do it, like how to.
I didn't even know you could do that.
No, yeah, right. I was like looking up how to connect to the computer, and like what you have to do, right, is make it so your piano can be a left click, like activate, like you know how your mouse with the you have to make it so it connects as a MIDI device to be a left click, kind of like how you have that. I think that's a MIDI device, but
gotcha.
Thing, right? So like you could code it so then that could jump in Geometry Dash or something, but like it took me forever to figure it out. So I had to find software until I finally found some. It was called Bone. And so I get this thing called Bone, and I hook up my piano to my computer. I'm like, oh my gosh, because my piano comes up as a device on my PC, which I've been trying to do for like 2 weeks. So like, holy God, it should have been way more simple, but it took me forever. So then I go in Geometry Dash, it's like the big reveal in this 10-minute long video. I'm like, okay guys, we're gonna see if it works. And so then it works. I'm like, oh my God.
So you can play Geometry Dash just using your keyboard.
Yeah. So just any like key, like it just finally works. So then I uploaded that, and
does it make the keyboard sound still?
The way would have been the keyboard.
Like it's okay. So if you're playing the keyboard, like different notes, the different.
Yeah. So I can play like a song while playing the game. So down, and it's making the player jump.
That's crazy.
So I did that, and then I'm like, oh my God,
that's super unique.
Yeah, right. And so I'm like, okay, this idea, please do good. So I upload it as the first, I think, long form video that ever did go to my channel. So I had gone from just trying to make like money videos that do well. Then we got to the 30-second videos doing well. And then we got to the goal of making long form videos do well. So I'm like, let's go. We did it. And so then I made it here. This is when I started making like my first money on YouTube, right? So I think like from that video, this is when I started to get like, it wasn't a lot, or well, no, I mean, some of the I think it's a lot, but I was like, you know, $100. I got like a paid. I was like, that's crazy. It's my first ever money.
Do you still have the check?
Maybe. I don't know. I mean, the digital check.
Was it a digital check? Yeah.
Yeah, it's like the ad, because YouTube had the AdSense, and then they have the, my mom, shout out to my mom. She's done like 50% of all the tax stuff. Without her, I would know.
I wonder what kind of write-offs you guys can get as that.
Yeah, there's a lot of, like, that's the thing too, is as you keep building, you need to, like, my mom has figured out so much, like, there's so much that you can write up as a business expense. So you buy something, you write it off the taxes. There's so many, like, ways you can do it, right? But my mom knows most of it. She saved my life. But basically, I get my first money. Because that's the thing, a lot of YouTubers, they say, like, their first money was, like, well, actually, wait, no, because you have to get at least, like, $100 to get paid out by YouTube. So that's what I reached $100 and we got $100.
So if you don't make $100, they cheat.
Yeah, and well, until you get up to the point where in the first month you only make 50, and then next month you also make 50, then you get the $100 from the 50 from all that. But I finally made $100, so like, oh my gosh, mom, dad, I just made money for the first time making videos. And so they're like the whole time my parents are kind of like, oh, we're doing YouTube, it's like whatever. But when I saw money, they're like, oh, you made money. Great, where this is going. Yeah, right? Yeah, right. They're like, oh, okay, let's see if we can take this. And so I made the first money out that video. And then I just kept doing this piano thing. So then I just kept taking it farther and farther. So then I did like geometry on piano, but I have to play the song. Geometry on piano, but if I play the wrong note, I die in game. Geometry on piano, but I jump higher the harder I press on the piano. Like there were so many things I was coding where the velocity of how hard you hit the note makes you jump higher.
So you were learning how to code.
Yeah, partially. It wasn't like real code, but it was like still somewhat code where you had to like press, like make these things and be like, okay, if a piano pressed harder than this, make it do this. Like all this kind of stuff. So it wasn't like real like coding, but kind of, you know.
Yeah.
And so I started doing this, and you know, like I said, like unique ideas that people haven't done before. And these are now I've now been able to transition from 30-second videos to now just all being long form. Because I don't care what anyone says. I think in the end, having an audience of long form videos versus short videos is infinitely better. Like as much as people talk about shorts on YouTube being awesome, and like they are great, but if you want like a real audience and also like even just making money in general or just anything, I just think having a long form is just so much better.
It's like introduction to your platform, right? What shorts are. It's like,
yeah,
like and get someone just be like scrolling through and be like, I like that, and then they go to
they can go to one.
So it's kind of like if you invest all your eggs into short form content, you're really missing out on like where the money's at.
Yeah,
it's like where your business is in long form.
Yeah,
you know, which you have to, it's trailers. It's like, you know what I mean? Like, you gotta show them what the movie's gonna be like, right?
Yeah.
Show them what the movie's gonna be like, and then that's basically what you're doing with shorts.
Yeah, there's some shorts like people will see it and like they'll just be like, okay, let's see what his real stuff is like. Yeah. But then also, it's also going to utilize shorts like actually that's a good point, because some of my friends that make a short, it's like 10 billion views, and then it goes to links to their long form video. Yeah. So you definitely can use shorts in that way. But I think like it's like you want it to link to a long form video, so you want your audience to be long form. So I kept doing these long form videos. Now at this point, they're getting like 200K, 300K, 400,000 views, right? And I'm like, oh my gosh. And then I made my biggest video that's still on my channel. It was called Jump Chat, but my voice controls the game. So then
with higher with it.
No. It was like if I say based off the words I say, it jumps differently.
What you have to say?
So I made it so, oh my gosh, it was kind of dumb. So basically, I have a whole two different.
I did really well. But it's down.
A whole two. So like, I got so the people make fun of like audience, like how old your audience is. I have like 2 different audiences at this point because I have my Twitch audience where I stream on Twitch and I post YouTube, right? Yeah. And like Twitch is like my older audience where it's like maybe they're like, I'd say like 15 or so or older. And then YouTube people talk about how like, oh, everyone there is like 9 years old or something. I feel like there is some truth to that. Some they make fun of it a lot, but I'd say, I mean, if I wanted to really say average age, I'd say watching my videos are like 12, 13 maybe. Because like a lot of the YouTube videos, right, Jump Trash is like a small, like a lot of them are kids. But like a lot of them are like way up, but some of them are way younger too. So people, they like Twitch chat talk about how the voice control video is like a nursery rhyme because I said, I don't know what it has. So this is what I said in the voice control video. The specific words were, I said like balls are smashing. I don't know. I was saying these random lines that made no sense because the voice control thing couldn't detect words. So I wanted to say like normal stuff like I went to the mall, but the voice can't detect that. So I was like mall wall, mall ball, mall wall. I had to like say the voice could not detect it. So you really say rhymes. Yeah. So I was saying rhymes. So I was like house crashing, balls smashing. This dumb stuff. It's so them. These little kids that go from my YouTube to my Twitch to watch my streams, they just all spam ball smashing, house. They're spamming what I said in the video. But the thing is, Twitch is like meant for an older audience, and I want to be older in. So when we see those kids come in, we just ban them. We ban them because it's like we know they're young. And I'm fine with like, it's like my YouTube audience. It's like that's my audience. I have my Twitch audience, but it shows the influence of like how many people saw that. So like they all be usaging it. That'd be 6 million right now.
What?
Yeah, that'd be 6 million views.
It is, and so it probably just keeps going too.
No, yeah. When I posted it, it blew up really fast. It got 1 million views in the first month, and that was insane to me because that's why I started making this like some real big money, right? Right. And so then I got 1 million views, and over the course of the next year, it's got 5 million. So it's like all of it comes exponentially. So all my videos that had like 300K before, they all have 1 million because it's over time. That's how YouTube pays so well and how it pays because if you start out with like 2 videos that are getting views, it's like, okay, but if you have 4 videos, that 8 videos, that 20 videos all at the same time getting views, you're like, oh my gosh, we're getting like, if you're getting like this much money from each video a day, it's like, it's all.
One is it's like, and so all the videos you probably didn't afford to, but you have that very good video, and then other ones, it's helping them.
Yeah. Also, when your newest video blows up, all of your other videos start going.
Yeah.
So it's like, it's all exponential, right? And so that's cool. That's what starts happening. And so I upload that video, blows up the voice control. People are like, what? And like, I wouldn't say I'm like some genius with like the voice control or the piano, like, cause it's like, you kind of have to have the idea, hey, like spend some time on it. But I'd say it was just kind of like, I guess like the editing is like the biggest part. Cause like you're editing.
You're great at editing. The thing about editing, it takes for you perfectionist though?
Kind of. I mean, I try not to. I mean, it's kind of, no, I guess maybe not. I mean, I do want a video to be good, but like, I try not to like put on it too much. So if I'm like, okay, you know what, just put, it's good.
Well, yeah, like the holding onto it so long that like you don't post it. It's not done yet.
Yeah,
not done yet.
Because I have a lot of stress of like how long it takes to like upload.
Yeah.
So like I'm just like, okay, we got to post it now, right? But it does take like, I mean, my editing has gone more and more as it goes on. So now I'd say it takes like 40 hours to edit a video. But then at the same time I'm streaming, right? So it's hard to find time. Like now, like where I'm at right now is trying to find time to stream and edit. So like it'll be kind of annoying because I'll be like, okay, I have to do a 4-hour stream. I'm like, what time is I'm gonna stream in like an hour or 2 hours or something, right? And so part of me is like, okay, no, I'd rather edit during that time, but then like, shoot, I have to stream in a bit. Oh no, I have to edit, I haven't edited a bit. So it kind of goes back and forth. So that can be kind of annoying. But then to get to where I'm at right now, right? I'm posting these jump dash videos right now, bro. I'm doing well. Each jump dash video is doing good. But now I have a new problem in my mind is, okay, now people are watching you for me and the game. But a part of me is like, no, I want to upload other stuff than just jump dash, right? Because I don't want to get stuck in it.
Yeah.
Because even though people are watching you for me, they're still watching for that jump dash. So I'm like, shoot, I don't want to be stuck in this like that. I don't want that to happen. So then what I do is now what I've started to do is every couple of GE videos or jump dash, I'd start posting like a different video. So it could be like a challenge I did that wasn't jump dash, or like a competition with my viewers. And so I started doing that every view, and they weren't doing as good, like just like before, how some videos were doing good.
Yeah.
So they didn't do good, but I kept doing it. And then I posted this one video, was a geometry dash. It was another like unique idea. It was changing popular memes with artificial intelligence. So this is when AI was getting popular. So I was like, okay, I'm gonna make a video where I put popular meme photos into AI, and that got 3 million views. And that was the first. That was a big mark too in my like subscribe and like my content. And like where I'm at, because that was the first non-geometry dash video that blew.
Like he's not a one-trick pony.
Yeah, exactly. Like I don't have to be able to know that I don't have to just post this one game to have an audience was huge. Because a lot of geometry dash people are stuck. They will tell me, or like they want to post other content, but if they do, no one will watch it. And like, I don't want that to happen.
Do they think that, or is it like a proven thing? Like they tried posting it?
Yeah, they'll think that, but then some of them will try it and it will not work. It'll just bomb. And that did happen to me a couple of times, like stuff would bomb, but I just kept trying it and it did work for me.
You don't need anything that doesn't work good?
No, I never delete stuff.
Never really. I've heard some people that like they do.
No, I know it's funny because if you go on my channel, a lot of people like delete their older stuff, but yeah, I didn't look at my like 9-year-old Lego stop motion on my channel.
So you haven't changed channels yet?
Oh no,
you literally
everything's the same channel. My channel's like 10 years old now. And if you look through all my old stuff, at first I actually took them down, but then I put it back up because I'm like, no, people should see the history, see how it all happened.
That's you. Yeah, that's cool. Even
if you go to Mr. Beast, you can see all the old. I think you can see the old Minecraft stuff too. But just
you guys started Minecraft?
Yeah, Minecraft. Yeah, Mr. Beast Minecraft started everybody, bro.
Took everybody. Like, that was like one of those things. And it's crazy because I remember Matt was super into it. He was young, and now our kid, it's one of those things I feel like it's like a Legos.
Yeah.
I truly think like Legos have been around forever. Yeah, I don't think Minecraft's going anywhere because it's so simple.
It's so simple that anyone can do it forever.
And you can create anything. And it's like, the basic stuff, like it's pixelated. I remember, like it's so pixelated. What is it? That's like the poll of it, but it's literally lifted so many people up.
Yeah.
And like on YouTube, that's crazy. So where are you at? Like what's you, so you just graduated.
Yep.
Just turned 18. How long you been 18?
18 for, it's been a while now, like 5 months.
Yeah, okay. So
I'm like halfway through 18. I feel old.
Yeah, you are.
Yeah, everyone's saying, people were saying I'm unk status. You know what that means? I'm unk status. Uncle status. Uncle status.
I hear uncle status?
You know what status? Uncle status.
No.
Sam, I'm so old I could be an uncle. Like, okay, thanks. You're simple.
Talk to Marcus about that one, right?
Oh yeah, Oh, like he's on that. He didn't even. She's like, he's actually
the one making you an uncle.
Yeah, right.
He said it's him. That's in your office.
Because he just turned 23, and he's like, he feels like I feel old, but he feels. He always feel old, but
you guys are young. What's the next step? What do you think? Do you have any other creative ideas that you're like, okay?
So I have so right now my latest video was it was called edit this video for $100. It was like edit this green screen video, or I got 10,000 people to edit this video. So I have 10,000 people in my Discord community that I was talking about before. So before I did 15, I moved on to 10,000. And so in that server, I sent out green screen footage of me doing like some weird stuff. And so then I told everyone to edit it into like some cool action movie type thing. For $100, like the winner gets $100.
That's awesome.
And so I've done a lot of stuff like that, or not a lot, but like a few stuff like that.
And I'm using your community to help
and I feel like in the end, I actually liked that more than gaming. Like I actually don't play video games really besides streaming. Like if I'm not doing like a stream, I don't play video games.
Well, that's your job now.
Right? Yeah. No, I don't play it. Yeah.
Yeah, it's hard. You know what I mean? Like that's the worst part about when I was a trainer. It's like I'm there 8 hours training people. I don't want to be here when I'm done.
Yeah.
Right. So it's like you play games all day. It's like, dude, that's you think I watch HGTV for fun. No, that's a job.
Yeah,
what I do, right?
Yeah, I mean, it's like I love doing it on stream, it's fun, but when I'm off stream, I'm kind of like, okay, I could be doing something better, like editing, right? And so, but it can be hard to like get myself to edit and do this thing. Like that's what I've been struggling with the past few months, like just forgetting
It's a word editor. Like I know that you were.
Yeah, I did find someone. He's really good. He's edited like half of one video and like another part, and we're trying to work on something else now. But yeah, just getting a team. I mean, that's the biggest thing ever.
Because now then you're just like, because right now it's like you just got levered your time now.
Yeah, right.
Like you have someone doing your editing, which we know that takes the most time, probably.
If someone can do that, like that'll change someone. So he can do like, he's pretty good, but I need to like get like a good amount of. I think I want to get like 2 more people that could like.
Yeah,
because like he's 16, so like he's the guy his own stuff, right? Because there's like a lot of editors are like 16, 17, they're so good at what they do.
Yeah,
and so like just find people like that, because I wouldn't want to overwork anyone. So I think it'd be dope to get like 3 editors. One can do a little bit, one can do a little bit, one can do a little bit.
Yeah.
So I can like have them all do like a bit instead of like one person do like a ton, like so much work.
Right.
So they have it like that, and so I'm at the point now where. He helped with the last video that edit this video. 10,000 people edit this video, and that video has like 900K right now.
Nice.
And what's dope is that even though I'm getting like this, well, no, I'm not getting the same views like a year ago. It is a bit higher, but it's the fact that I can know I'm always going to be getting like 500,000 views. Because before, if I posted a video, I'd be like, okay, is this going to get good amount of views? Is this going to be like 50K? But the fact that I can post now, I'd be like, okay, this will get 500,000. Like if I'm going to post a geometry video, like, okay, I know this will get this many views, right? Yeah. So it's kind of like this. It's cool to have. It's often to have a certainty now with this big of an audience. I mean, I don't want to say this big because people will be like, "See, we're famous," but like, I don't really think. I wouldn't say I'm famous. And to me, like, I feel like being famous is like if like you actually always go down the street, and people know who.
That's the crappy famous.
That's true. Actually, yeah, crappy famous.
That's the crap. Like no, but like. As much as it's like, yeah, it's cool. I mean, I think a lot of actors and things like that, they love their craft, right? Like, and if you go into acting, if you go into things, you don't want to be like, listen, all I want is to be going down the street, to go to Dairy Queen, see some hammer in my face. I can't wait. You know, like they love the craft. Like they didn't go to college to like a lot of them went to like arts college to like learn the craft, right? And I love that about because they didn't sign up for doing that. That's part of it that comes with it. Yeah. And so, you know, I think you have like you like the best of both worlds in a sense, right? Like people know you who know you, right? Like, you know, I mean, you won awards, right?
Yeah. Yeah, that was a big thing. Yeah. Besides, because like, I think that's what makes me like, not to like say I'm like different, but I think what makes me different than like a lot of, or it's funny, I just said no, what makes me different, but I mean, I even find it than like some of the jump charge people, creators, because the whole streaming side is such a different thing that a lot of YouTubers don't have. That while doing YouTube, I'm building a streaming career at the same time. And so because of the streaming career, I went to the ways, I think it was probably one of the biggest moments of my life where while I'm doing all this YouTube, I'm building on my streaming. And in 2023, in 2023, there was a streaming award. We had all the biggest streamers in the world. So we have a whole different audience, right? We have YouTubers.
Also, what is the awards?
I just call it Streamer Awards, hosted by there's a streamer. Her name is QT Cinderella.
Yeah.
But it's just this whole streaming world, and I watched all of it because I actually work connected to Twitch than YouTube. I'd say I watch a lot of streamers, and so we have like you probably don't know the names of them, but like there's people like XQC. You have people like Ludwig. There's people like QT Cinderella, the Squeaks. There's a bunch of like interesting names, right? And so I love all these people. Right? I look up to all of them. And so there was this award show in California, and there was a different categories. There's like best streamer of Minecraft, best Minecraft streamer, best variety streamer, best role play streamer, and then there was this other categories like hidden gem. And so basically that award is for smallest streamers, because even though my audience is big on YouTube, I am like sort of a small streamer. Like now I get around like 150 viewers, which is pretty good.
Yeah.
But I've been at that for a while, and I want to grow it more. It's pretty hard to grow on Twitch. Like my YouTube is doing really well, but my Twitch is growing well too, but it's really hard to really grow your Twitch and live me. And so I've been at like around 100 viewers. And so I submitted for the hidden gem. I said, I put KingSammelot and told people to vote for me. as my friend DM'd me, he said, you should sign up for this. I was like, what is this? And so I signed up for it, and I credit him all the time. I'm like, bro, you're the one who told me to sign up for this first time. So I signed up for it, and because my YouTube audience is big, it was kind of like a hack. So I told all my YouTube audience, don't vote for me right now. So I told like, I got like, I don't know, I really wonder what the conversion was, because if you think about it, right, I have 366,000 subscribers. I told people in my YouTube videos to vote for me. Like, I wonder how people went to the website and voted. But in the end, I got nominated because of all the votes I got. And I wasn't like, you could think I'm like cheating because I used my YouTube audience. No. But the thing is, the only people that got nominated in these award shows is if they had connections or a big YouTube audience.
Yeah.
And you don't have a big, like, you don't make it in these things.
You got to play the game.
Yeah.
You got to go play the game. And I think, that's why it's important you have a YouTube. You know what I mean? Because I think that's sad. But you could have not said anything and you maybe would have not won, right?
Yeah. And I was stressed because the other guy I was going up against, he didn't have a big YouTube, but every big streamer knew who this guy was. He was like in each person's community as like, I don't know what he did. He was just always talking trash or something. And he was just like, everyone knew him. So basically all the top streamers were saying, vote for this guy. Vote. And I'm the other nominee. I'm like, oh shoot. All the people I look up to are saying to vote for this guy. So I feel all this stress. I'm like, I can't win. There's no way. Because they're all...
So you were really surprised when you won.
Yeah, so then I'm sitting there, I'm like, okay, they're all going to vote for this guy because every top streamer is say to vote for it. And so then they go on the stage, they call it there, and they say the winner, the hidden gem award is... And it was 4 nominees, me, that guy, and 2 other people. And then they say, KingSammelot. And the reaction I had on the camera...
You truly don't know before.
Truly did not know. Like, some of these things people think that, you had no idea he was going to win. So they call me and people think my reaction is fake or whatever, but I fly out of my chair. I fall out of my chair onto the floor in the camera. And I forgot
we're watching that live, by the way.
Yeah.
We watched it live.
Okay, you were watching.
We were 100%.
Yeah, you saw it.
Was just out for you.
Yeah,
we were screaming. Like,
yeah,
we were screaming. It was...
The crazy thing is this had like 500,000 people watching. Like 500,000 people are watching this happen, right? And so they that nominee my name. I fall in my chair. I'm like, how did I beat this guy? And so, I mean, I think the reason is because even though the other community was trying to vote for him, my YouTube audience was just a really tightly community that voted. Because in total, the award show got 500,000 votes. So, I mean, I must have got like 150,000 votes or something. So, I mean, my audience must have really pulled through. And so, but also like a lot of people that may have just didn't know, people just picked me by coincidence. But I think it was my YouTube audience definitely.
Yeah.
And so I went on the stage, give my speech, did a backflip. And people were like, oh.
You're doing a backflip here today.
Backflip here today? I mean, how would we do? Oh, well,
We'll do it after.
Yeah,
we'll do it.
Yeah,
we'll make it short.
Yeah, we'll make it up there. We'll get the back.
We'll get it over there. I gotta have a backflip.
Yeah.
I mean, that's tradition.
It's tradition. Exactly.
Like I always see, like, because you did one at your graduation. I thought
exactly. Yeah, I'm going to see, and the backflip was my thing. That's like the thing down.
Yeah, I love it. I think it's just so cool because. When I'm talking when I coach people and things like that, is, we're always trying to get, this is called the community. So like everything you're talking about is like you're bringing your community in with you. It's not just like, hey, KingSammelot is winning this. Like they felt responsible too voting.
Yeah,
they wanted you to win. Right?
Yeah, it was all.
I think that most people want people to win. And I think the big thing is like referrals. People are always like in real estate, it's always like referrals. You're like, I need more referrals. And the reason that people don't get them from the sphere of influence is because they haven't been in a community. We have a community and you actually are vulnerable with what you want. Mm-hmm. And I think when you went on YouTube and you said, listen guys, I want to win this. Vote for me.
Yeah.
Like people want to be like, yeah, I'll vote for you 100%. But if you don't say anything, if you don't tell people your goals, like they don't know, right? And so it's like one of those things is like, hey, you tell somebody like, hey, yeah, if you know anybody that wants to buy real estate, let me know. And you'll no, listen, I have some goals. Like I'm really trying to hit this number. Let me know. Dude, I want you to hit your goal too.
Yeah, you really said subtle here.
Like, and it means something more, right? And so I think to put yourself out there knowing that if you didn't win, you would have to go back on YouTube and be like, hey guys, like, appreciate all your support and whatnot, but it just didn't happen. But thank you for voting for me. But it did. You put yourself out there, and that's like what it's all about. It's like putting yourself out there, and like your community showed up for you.
Yeah,
like they showed up.
They really like it is crazy to think like how many people from my community like came in, especially like once I won, like seeing people like on Twitter like going crazy, like you won. Like it was
freaking out, man. I didn't like vote when I was there on the
you were there.
I was on the edge of my seat. I remember it was because it was in California, so it's like it's late here, and I mean, our kids are passed out, and and we are like, I'm like, like the silent screaming. They're like,
oh my gosh, the video of like my parents and they're freaking out. But that was like that whole 24 hours must have been the craziest 24 hours because I'd say the award is awesome. But really the greatest part was after that, they have the after party. So I get to go to this after party, only top creators that I all watch. Literally, I'm talking to like 30 people like that, or no, not 30. Well, how many? Maybe like 80, 90 people. And I know I look up to every single one. Yeah. And not only that, but they're like coming up to me saying, congratulating you. They're congratulating me on my award. And this is the crazy thing ever. It's like I'm going up to them saying, I loved your stuff, but no, they're saying like, congratulations on your award. And so I'm like, what is happening? So that was the crazy moment for me. Right. Just like meeting all these people that like, are they actually talking to me, right? And so this all happens. And then I'd say the biggest part of this event was that because afterwards, like the connection that like I know people from, like there was a streamer that like they had tables, right? We sat at different tables. So I sat at a table with this YouTuber called Tubbo, and he's a big Minecraft YouTuber. Like he was one of the biggest Minecrafters. Like keep going. About like make sure this didn't stop, bro. All right, no corruption. No corruption. All right, we don't want PTSD. Yeah, I know, right? Yeah, PTSD. You don't want that. So Tubbo was one of these. He was sitting on my table, right? I got to meet him, got to talk to him a bit, and I've watched him for years because he's one of these huge Minecrafters that used to be like in the part of this huge community like a few years ago. And so he follows me, and I follow him on Twitter. And this is when just everything gets crazier because he has like millions of followers on Twitter, and he follows me. And as soon as he follows me on Twitter, right now I have all these crazy mutuals because a bunch of people follow him. So I started getting followers from all these big people, right? And so the streamer word connection just starts going crazy.
Your community grows.
Yeah, but it's interesting, right? Because I wouldn't like streaming didn't and YouTube didn't like explode after this. I didn't get like some crazy explosion, right? Yeah. But I just got really awesome connections, right?
Freaking sponsorships?
Yeah, like that? No, that's not what came from it. I have done sponsorships on my channel, but it didn't come from the streamer awards. I'd say it's kind of interesting because when I won the streamer awards, I did think kind of like
this is changing.
Yeah, I get a lot arrogantly that I would be like, okay, I'm gonna be huge now. I'm gonna go next time I go live. I'm gonna have
seriously this time security.
Yeah, I got thousands of viewers. But when I went live after the streamer awards was over and I got back home, I had so I usually got like 100 viewers. I had like 200, and that's dope. But in my head, I was like, shoot, why did I not like blow up right now? But I realized it wasn't really about blowing up or anything. It was really just about like how many people I know now. Like not that I have like a deep connection with everybody, but it's kind of like everyone kind of knows me a bit, right? They're kind of like not. I don't want to say everybody like every single person knows who I am, but a lot of streamers that I look up to, like a few that will be like, okay, yeah, and then like I talk to them a bit. And so what happened after being that Minecraft YouTuber is that he invited me to like the server that has a bunch of other big creators. And so then after that streamer award, for the next few months, I started playing in a bunch of his events. And so on stream with a bunch of these big creators with him and in his thing he's doing. And so I started to do these events and like getting like to know all these people. So I know all these Minecraft people now. And it's like, it's just so dope to know like a whole different community, right? And so I wouldn't necessarily, and I'm not like best friends, all of them, like they all live in like, they're all in group in like Britain. They all live in the United States.
Not really?
Yeah, they all live in Europe. A lot of them are. All the Minecraft people, but I've gotten to know them like because I met Tubbo in person, and then a few of them I met at like there's like certain events like TwitchCon. I've gone to there, seen people, but yeah, just like getting connections like that with all these people, and not necessarily getting like a ton more viewers, but just like being able to like know all these people. And now I know how I can like captivate people like this way. So like what my plan now is, like there's so many collabs I can do, right? There's like one of my ideas right now is it's gonna be kind of crazy. So coming up in July, I'm gonna be streaming for like 2 weeks straight. It's my subathon. Non-stop.
You've done it. What's the longest you've done so far?
So I've done this 2 times before. In 2022 subathon, it was 6 days. 2023 was 9 days, and now the plan for this one is 2 weeks.
So that's like nonstop streaming.
Yeah, nonstop streaming.
Like, do you like leave and like you take it with you, or is that how you do it? Or are you basically your room?
No, yeah. So my main goal is to not be in my room most of the time. By other times, when I look at the other subathons, I was in my room for a good amount of time. But I'm like, no, I'm not doing that this time.
Bro, you're old enough. You should just take a trip. And drive and stream at the same.
That would be so dope. That's what I've been setting up. So what I've been doing, like kind of similar to all these cameras, I've been investing in a IRL setup. So like I have like an IRL cam.
Yeah.
And I can use it, but it's way more complicated because like the connection and like all these setups, right? So I'm getting that figured out. And so my plan is to like, one of the plans I have is that I want to rent out a trampoline park overnight. So get like 50 of my friends to a trampoline park, stream it.
Great going up.
8 hours overnight. Yeah, you come here.
I'd be like, I'll stay over here, old drinks.
Yeah. Still here with the bartender. But yeah, that's one of my plans. But just trying to be in my room, obviously, still and stuff, but I have a ton of IRL stuff. And because of like some of the connections I've made from like,
for all that don't know in real life, right?
Yeah, IRL. In real life. I
just want to make sure.
It's kind of interesting, right? Of like in real life stream. It's like, it's real life.
Yeah, it's real.
Yeah. So like real stream outside the house. Really just means outside the house.
Yeah, I mean, most of it is mostly inside.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. So what I'm planning on doing is like a lot of real like outside streams, and then when I'm inside, I'm trying to utilize like getting as many people that I've met over time, from stream awards, and like their friends. Trying to get them in I'm making like the server. I'm trying to get a bunch of creators and we're going to do like games and stuff. So just like I kind of made the mistake that after I won the award, I actually didn't really, except for like those events where I did like Tubbo and his community, I did like get to meet all those people. I didn't really take advantage of like more things I could have done. So I'm kind of late because it was like a year ago, but I was like, it's never late than never or whatever. So I'm like, now I'm just like trying to like see what I can do with people, like still trying to talk to people, keep connections, and trying to get them to events. So that's the biggest thing, because I'm realizing with YouTube and all that, networking is like the biggest thing. Like it's so, first of all, it's so fun. Like I love meeting all these people and like getting to know them, but also just like staying in touch and like trying to get them to do stuff and like have fun like on a stream and stuff. But yeah.
But yeah, you're passionate about it too, which isn't, it's one of the biggest things too. Like, it's easy. Things are fun when you're passionate about it. So you're doing something you're passionate about. But I think that, the biggest thing, just for everybody listening, and you to listen to this, is that you may have won that award and like that night, or like for the videos that you had that last year. But true reality, you won that video when you had 100 subscribers and you didn't quit, because you could have, and a lot of people do, right? That long period of time. Like that's actually what won it for you, because you had to get over that hump. And so that's what most people do, stop.
Yeah.
Like in your traction, I'm not good at this. Like there's no way. It's like you got to pay your dues, and you just got to keep going, and you grind it and grind it and grind it, and you just kept going. And then it's like that compound interest took effect.
Compound interest.
Dude, you just crushed it, man. And it's so awesome to watch. Like I'm grateful. I mean, I know I've watched you, man. Maverick's been on a couple streams with you, and
shout out Maverick. I still will celebrate him for doing the 1 chip challenge with me. On the 7 ball. That was terrible. The kid's got kind of on it too. I don't think anything. He's got I'm scared to have him around. Like if Sam is gonna do something, I know he'll do it also. Like ice bath challenge. What do you need? Yeah. Ice bath challenge. Oh yeah.
While eating the hot chip, hot and cold.
Wow. I don't think I'm ever doing that 1 chip ever again. People are telling me because I did it on my last subathon, and now I'm doing my next one in July, and people are saying do it again. I'm like, I can't. I did it once. Here's the thing. You know what I'm doing? This is what I'm doing. They're saying eat the chip, and for what? To throw up for 30 minutes.
No.
I don't want this.
There's a, so in Georgetown Square, there is a place called Mikey B's.
Okay.
Shout out Mikey B's, best burritos in town.
Okay.
It's our California burritos from Cali, but it's a hot sauce in the back. It's like a hot sauce store, and then in the back it's got they have a hot.
Oh wait, Joe, wait, I know this place. I think.
Yeah, hot taco challenge.
Yeah, I know this place. I
You have to get a bunch of people together, and they do it, and they close it down because they have to get a bunch of.
I didn't know about this.
Yeah, so they have to get a number of people to do it, so they can shut it down. So you like kind of have that space. Do it. You should totally get a bunch of people and do the hot challenge. I'll do it.
Okay, is that not as bad as that one chip challenge?
God, I don't know. I'm not doing the one.
Literally,
I tell you what you have to do is you have to go eat Mikey B's challenge, and then you tell me because I'm not.
I'll write that down right now. I need to write that down. So wait, Mikey B's hot taco challenge.
Hot taco challenge was pretty 2 tacos, but like you have to get enough people in there, and then they kind of do it. But up there,
I should do the other check. Yo, you'll come and do it?
Yeah, I'll totally do it. We gotta talk to Mikey B. Yeah, I talked to him over there. They're super cool, and yeah, I mean, then you can tell everybody which one's hotter.
Yeah, right.
You can figure, but I'm not doing
I'm telling you right now, there's no way the taco's hotter because the chip, there's nothing like this thing, we all split the chip too.
Right.
And it's like, if you think like this chip has 2 million units, whatever they call in this chip, right? You eat this chip and your ears, I don't know, I can't even explain it. Like your ears are literally feel like you're coming out of your ears, and then you're like, next thing you know, you're over a bucket throwing up. Like it was so fun to watch. It was fun to watch. It was great entertainment.
All right, so yeah, we're running here, man. I could probably talk to you forever. We'll have to do this again. But people like, so most of my audience here, a lot of business people, a lot of real estate people, but the reason like I wanted to have you on was because one, you have like tenacity, like you kept going, and I knew that like, I know how YouTube works. Usually it's not like, and everyone will see it and they'll say, dude, they blew up, right? But they didn't see like the grind before and like, hey, the stagnant that you have, you had that. And then, so it's cool, like people to hear that story of like, wherever you're at right now, pay your dues, just keep going. Eventually you'll get there, you'll figure it out.
Yeah.
You'll figure it out, but you got to keep going through it. But also, as far as a lot of agents, a lot of real estate agents, business people, they're trying to break into YouTube and whatnot. So what's like one piece of advice you would give somebody that's like, hey, I want to start doing YouTube because I know it's going to be good for my business. I want to be out there. Like, do you have any advice for anybody that you think that would be helpful?
Yeah, I mean, it's funny because there's this one guy, I think he is a real estate agent. He has millions of subscribers. He does, I think he does long form, but I've seen him do a lot of shorts, like on TikTok and like YouTube, where he's just like giving advice, or it'll be like these skits. He's like, hey, I want to put that $1 million. It's like, it's kind of the good and bad owner type thing, where it's like, this guy does this and this guy does this and this guy's rich because he decided to invest this. So I think in terms of like specifically like business with YouTube, it is definitely like, you know what's interesting? YouTube actually pays a lot when you invest like financial type videos. Really, YouTube actually pays like, so I get like $4 or $5 per 1,000 views. Financial people get like $80 per 1,000 views.
Wait, why is that? So is it the category that
it's because it's so interesting. It's because the ads, because it's the advertisers, right? So advertisers pay more on these financial videos, right?
God.
So I've seen a lot. I used to watch a lot of financial videos, but it was called drop shipping. I was into drop shipping, but it was interesting. But like for business, it's kind of easy. You have to just have like I said before, like a unique take on it, but kind of just like see what works. Like a lot of, I've seen like videos of my recommended where it's like 10 ways to start a business type things, right? People love those kind of videos. And so I've seen it where it's like there's been like some million view videos I've seen where it's like 10 ways to start business, and it's like as a teenager, and it's like window washing, stuff like this. So there's like so many different ways. Or like with real estate, there's so many things you can do. I don't really know specifically, but just like find it, then like what works. So like if you look up like financial type videos that are actually like YouTube, because there are like videos on YouTube that are like not actual, like they're kind of just like a house tour or something. I don't know what it is. It's like,
I mean, yeah, I think that is the one thing that people are they think real estate is all about real estate, right? It's like nobody wants to see a house.
Yeah, right. You have to, yeah. Like people just upload that, but it's not YouTube. It's like you gotta put that on your real estate website.
Yeah, exactly. Right? Like you want to show your off. Like I think what you found is like, hey, people want to see me. They obviously like you have to find something unique. You have to do something that people want to watch.
Yeah. Exactly.
So I think the biggest thing is probably like do your research. Is what you're basically saying. Like go do some research on what it is. One thing I think what you said was like just go do something. Mm-hmm. Like go put something up.
I'm actually curious, like if I were to like go on here real quick, like, in terms of financial, it might be wait, you're talking about real estate, right?
I think real estate, you could do anything. Anything, but the goal is to obviously get your name out there. What are you doing like in real estate, right? Like you're trying to get more sales. Right, unless you're trying to be an influencer, which is a totally different game.
Right,
like you're trying,
like just two different things.
Like you're trying to get leads, but if you're trying to be the influencer, like you're trying to be. So I think that I think the biggest thing that I've seen is like people just don't do it. Mm-hmm. They overthink it.
Yeah, right. Overthinking it, and they think their first video or something has to be perfect, but it doesn't. You really has to be trash.
I'm telling you, the trash that I put out all the time. And I'm like, I'm just gonna do another one, and maybe it'll be trash.
Yeah, I look back at all this stuff. I'm like, what is this?
Dude, what is this? You got to get through the trash. The only way to get through the trash is to put more trash out.
And it's possible. I'll look back on my videos now, and I'll be like, that was trash.
Have you ever heard the story about Jack Roush?
No.
Like the Roush Mustangs? Have you ever heard of Roush Mustangs?
I don't Mustangs.
So Mustangs, there's an engine called the Roush engine. Mm-hmm. And it's I think this is like perfect for like what you did. There's a story of probably like is exactly what I did. So Jack Roush didn't know from having one of the best engines of all time. Okay. And so they asked him like, hey, Jack, like how did you create this engine? Like so well. And thought there was gonna be some cool, like clever, like it's what I did, get it spin weird. He goes, well, we basically took a regular Mustang, high performance Mustang. And we put it on some blocks there where the wheels can spin. And we went to lunch. And just did that thing cranked up. He's like, just cranked it up. And he's like, we came back and we just figured out what was broke until it basically ran. He's like, we took it apart. We fixed it back up. Moved it apart. Cranked it up again. Went to lunch. To see what broke. And he's like, we came back, took it apart, rebuilt it. And he goes, and we did that enough that we have the perfect engine now.
What?
So it's like literally what you did.
Yeah.
You literally took it apart and broke it or it doesn't work.
Yeah, that's a good point. Yeah. Yeah, like you take apart, you kind of like take apart your video, see what works, see what didn't work. You put it back up, see what didn't work, see what works.
Exactly. Just playing, gotta go break something. You're like, the only way to figure it out, go break it.
Yeah. Break it too.
Go break it. Wait, no. All my advertisers are going to drop.
Don't do that.
And this is brought to you by Century Locks.
All right. Best locks in home. That's off. No, that's somewhere.
Sammy, thank you so much for being here, man. I really appreciate this. Great. We'll have to do it again sometime.
Oh, yeah, pretty. Thank you so much. This is monumental. First podcast.
Yeah,
I've never done any sort of podcast.
I'm sure that you're gonna do a lot of your time. So just remember where you first started, right?
Thank you.
I'm your Lego video.
I'm your Lego. Yeah. We're podcasting. Awesome. Thank you.
All right, everybody. Thanks for joining the community. We'll see you again.